Monday afternoon. Moon day is in Monday, of course. The moon is in Taurus, of course. Of course, we're talking about the Taurus eclipse is happening tomorrow, of course. Let's get busy because it's a lot. I have the highlights in the back. Shout out to Cam Newton. Thank you for letting me use your background until I get my own popping. Shout out to Rolita White, my dear friend from at least over 3 decades ago, who gave me all these beautiful crystals we're going to be working with. I just took this one out the freezer. It is a mushroom. Rolita, remind me of what kind of stone this is. You can barely see it because it's frozen, but it helps with headaches. And I have a sinus headache I'm getting over, allergies triggering my asthma since last Friday. So my sinuses. And I've coughed it all up, taking the medicine called prednisone. Also taking a lot of vitamin C, zinc, what else? Calabash just mixed with like cayenne and some other herbs. Drinking ginger tea and probiotics, green tea all the time. Taking my, what's the stuff in the refrigerator, y'all? The gels, sea moss, as well as black seed oil, and of course the great and the powerful oregano oil. So because the seasons are changing, because we're transforming, because we're doing all things in Scorpio season, Scorpio-like, there's a little bit of pain that comes with it all. So I'm just trying to take care of this headache, push through. Was working from home today and trying to push these videos out. These videos will be in parts because I have to run and do some things. One of them being, shout out to Rissa, she did my nails so nicely, but we used the wrong glue, so I'm going back to get some of my Scorpio emblems and things put on, but they're still red bottom, so they still are bomb. Let's get into it, y'all. Welcome to Get a Life Astrology with TMZ, teaching everyone abundantly, empowering many, Zakia, enlightening every day. Get a Life Astrology stands for growing into divine adults, loving yourself forever. And it is Monday, moon day. I'm gonna light a moon candle tonight, a white candle, because the moon is going into its eclipse position as we speak, as well as, why not light a candle? Let's get to it. And one more thing, speaking of lighting candles, I lit this one last week on last Mars Day, which is Tuesday. So Mars Day is tomorrow as well. Mars is the ruler of Scorpio as well as Aries. And red is for anything you want to attract. So of course I got money there. Initials of people who I want to attract or love. Don't ask. Of course I want to attract self-love, my kids' love, and of course one other special person. I'm balancing this mushroom on my head, y'all. Just want to show y'all that I have one going. Someone blew it out a couple of times, so that's why it's not finished. But it's gonna get finished. Again, shout out to, I just zipped my pants on camera. Yes, I did. Shout out to Rolita. These are some of the crystals she gave me. Just wanted to point this out really quick. This is a tower. I'm so lost at words, but this is one of them. Titanium tower just came back to me. Titanium tower that I love so much. This is the figure of a woman. Flower agate. I believe I have to look at my notes. Flower agate, and this is a sphere. I believe these are matching crystals from, they're both flower agate, I believe. This is the one that I can't pronounce. It begins with the A. I pop something. May I say that they're all doing me great. I just have to learn them a little bit better. It's a lot to do. Desert rose, which I just love the way this looks. And this is pink cobalt. See, I have some of them memorized, bro. She also gave me 3 tektites. I tried to offer one to Miss Soul Rock. She had an attitude about it. Maybe I'll try again later. I have a few that belong to ancestors. I think I put those in my purse. And that's it for now. All right. Now that we've got all that out the way. Oh, and the mushroom, of course. So now that we've got that out the way, and I can take this off my head for a minute, let's get back to the highlights of this week. All right. It's 3330. Asha. Let's light a candle. I mean, an incense. This is white sage because my other sage is totally burnt out. I need to go buy another one, my sage stick. So this is white sage I got from the Blue Nile on Georgia Avenue, right by Howard University. Also, this is a spray bottle that I also use with cleansing the space and myself. I sprayed some when I got out the tub, the shower. I just took a shower. I actually just took a warm shower, and then at the end of all my showers, I do 60 minutes of ice cold water. It's been helping me step into my power, and let's talk about that really quick too. So that was spray. I don't know if I said spring water and Florida water is in that spray bottle, and I put it in green for money. But yeah. What do we need to talk about really quick, and then I guess I'll go and make the part 2 about the highlights, because I've already taken a few minutes right now. But let's just talk about these energies that we're going to concentrate on at 333. 3 fixed signs we're focused on. Of course, there's 4 of every modality. Fixed is Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. But Leo is not really involved right now. There will be a moon in Leo on my birthday next Tuesday on my solar return. So let's just talk about the 3 energies, especially Taurus and Scorpio energy, since we are in the Taurus moon, the Taurus total lunar eclipse, and we're in Scorpio season. Let's start off with Taurus. So Taurus energies, remember, energies can be good or bad depending on the situation. Taurus energies, and I have my notes today, y'all, so I'm looking over at them. They are values, based on values, what we desire, and they also are based on control. All fixed signs want control. Fixed signs don't bend, they break, as Cam Newton has said. And now we got the the screensaver. So control, specifically, when you're trying to control what you value or control what you desire, does not always work out, especially when fixed signs don't want to bend. And it ends up breaking because of that control. I'm trying to get in a better position. If you release control, you can ultimately transform, Scorpio, your values, your desires. And for example, let's start with the other thing that Taurus represents, finances. So you value your finances, of course. They take care of us in this reality that we live in. If you value yourself, give value to yourself, you can show people how much you deserve. That is what I did. 6 months, I'm trying to tell you, I started off at $35,000, which is nothing for almost 45-year-old with 3 kids and 1 on the way. And I put in really hard work for an hourly salary of $17 an hour to $35,000 a year, maybe 37 with the overtime I was putting in. Did my paperwork like crazy, helped people out when they needed me to, had good communication and reputation with all the people I serve, as well as their families and as well as their employers, because I work with people with disabilities. Showed myself. I'm trying to tell y'all, at 4.5 months, they were telling me what I was going to be at 6 months. I'm getting emotional. At my 6-month day, which was October the 13th, I let them know that I was applying for a new position that my boss told me to apply for back at my 4.5 month mark. On the 18th, I had my interview. By the 21st, he was telling me I got it. I started on the 31st. My salary went up $25,000. And I'm a salary person. All right. That's enough. Let me get myself together. Whew, that took a minute, y'all. Please forgive me. All right. Where were we? So, what do you deserve if you value yourself and what you put in this world? So, like I said, I felt like I deserved it, therefore I got it. Control of the situations that you have no control over. With Taurus energy, which is fixed earth, is like boulder energy. Boulders are big rocks that you can't move, like mountains, but that's Capricorn. Taurus is the rock on the ground outside this door that prevents you from walking straight. You got to walk around it. It won't move, right? So whatever you can't control, you can't bend it, you can't move it. But if you wanted to move that boulder, you can definitely hammer it and break it. Does it need to get to that point? Sometimes, yes. If you can't control what you desire, transform it. So let's go into the Scorpio energies. Fear. Because Scorpio is low energy sometimes. Control, of course, again, too. But it also is transforming, death and rebirthing, and stepping into your power. So claiming and evolving on power, for example, if you fear trusting someone, which many of us Scorpio placements do. I have Scorpio Sun, I have Scorpio and Venus, which means I don't trust a lot in my relationships and love. I trust my finances, but I guess I didn't trust them enough to make more. And now I'm stepping into my power. So loving and being loved and controlling this intensely instead of transforming it is the problem that Scorpio steps into sometimes with these energies. Scorpio meaning not just sun, but any Scorpio placements. Uranus is a collective planet, which means everybody, and Uranus moves like every 5 to 8 years into a different sign. So everybody born around, because I cannot remember my daggone Uranus degree at this time, but everybody born, I would say, around mid 70s to the early 80s or the late 70s has Uranus and Scorpio, like I do. Uranus is the planet of rebellion. We're going to talk about Uranus in Taurus as well too later, but any placements that you have in Scorpio, especially Scorpio risings. I know what big Scorpio risings, okay? There is a lot of control in us. Whether you are in a mutable sun or a cardinal sun, meaning mutable, the planets are, again, I mean, the signs that are mutable are Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, and Gemini. And the cardinal signs are Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer. So if you're one of those sun signs, like you say sun sign means, oh, I'm a Capricorn or I'm a Scorpio. Those are sun signs. But if you have other placements, Moon, Venus, Mars, rising, all those other placements in a fixed sign, you're going to relate to this fixed energy in any kind of way, especially in the first 6, the signs that are closest to the sun. The planets that are closest to the sun. So if you focus on this controlling energy that you are not transforming the way your Scorpio planets, and everybody has houses in Taurus and Scorpio too. My Scorpio is in the 2nd house, which is the Taurus house. And my Taurus is in the 8th house, which is the Scorpio house. So everybody has these energies. You just got to find out where yours is. But the fears that you keep, the fear of trusting, the fear of loving, the fear of making more money, the fear of having certain desires that you can't express is controlling you. Whether you're trying to control it or not, it's going to break. Kind of like I broke down when I was talking about how I finally deserved more and I spoke up on it. Jesus Christ, here I go again. All right, so What are we controlling that is not helping us step into our power? That's what this whole energy is about. And once I finally get into this zodiac stuff, we'll talk more in depth. But to wrap this up, what are you unconscious about that you think needs to be controlled? What are you unconsciously walking around? Like, I literally, for the last 2 years, have been walking around living off of $400 a week. When I got this job, it went up to about $1,200 every 2 weeks. So, what are you unconsciously walking around? Even me being single for 10 years. Even me being in relationships that consider me not being in relationships. I broke that. I said, no, this is not what I want. This is what I've already been through. This is done. I'm not going to try to control this anymore because it's not to be controlled. But if you choose to keep controlling it, it'll just keep happening, which is what was happening to me for the last 2 years with money and 10 years with love. So this is coming from a personal position, y'all, if y'all don't notice. I don't know why I'm crying so much, God dang. Full moon. All right, but what you want to do is claim what you're unconsciously controlling and raise it up. You want to, from the underworld, from the roots, uproot this energy and transform it. One example, Scorpio is fixed water. Scorpio is like ice. And even though I just took an ice cold shower, I didn't like it. But when I stepped out of it, I felt more powerful. It raised my consciousness. It helped me. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm blowing my nose and cleaning it in front of y'all. But it helped me feel better about doing this right away, right after I jumped out the shower. And it's actually helping me express this better. So, no one likes ice unless it's a hot day. But if you've ever taken an ice bath or you've ever glided on some ice, it's really rewarding afterwards. You don't bust your ass after you, or maybe you did and you got back up and did even better when you got back up. It's helpful. It's transforming. I'm going to end here because I need to get myself together. But I will be back with part 2 on finally getting into what's going to happen with this eclipse.